Hey everyone, Nick Engvall here. Before we get into today's episode, I want to tell you about some of the people that make the sneaker history community and this podcast possible. It's more important than ever to think about who you give your money to when you're buying clothing to go with your kicks. Our friends at Guilty Goods started their brand with a goal of giving back, especially to the communities that make sneaker culture possible. With every purchase from Guilty Goods, at least 10% of the proceeds are donated to organizations like Big Brothers and Big Sisters, the Susan G. Komen Foundation, the Movement for Black Lives, and many more. You can save 30% on your order by using the code HISTORY at guiltygoods.us. Again, that's history at guiltygoods.us for 30% off, and you can feel good about your purchase knowing you're supporting a meaningful cause. Sneakers are all about presentation, and if you're like me, displaying your kicks at home or in the office is just as important as when they're on your feet. Sneaker Throne makes sneaker display cases featuring customizable LED lights, drop-side cases to showcase the entire side of the shoe, not just the heel or the toe, the whole shoe. They've also got display cases for trading card collectors and hat collectors. To me, it's the perfect way to display your collection. You can save at least 10% on your Sneaker Throne order by using the code HISTORY at sneakerthrone.com. That's history at sneakerthrone.com. If you're a Patreon supporter or a member of our Discord community, you already know about Kicks with V hot sauce and his small batch, locally sourced hot sauce. V has been one of the biggest supporters of sneaker history and the podcast since the early days, and he's currently the defending champion in our community trivia nights competition. Kicks with V hot sauce has been a huge hit with the community. You can save 10% on your order by using the code SNEAKERHISTORY10 at kickswithvhots.com. That's SNEAKERHISTORY10 at kickswithvhots.com. Now, you're probably here because you like sneakers, and if you join the Discord, you know our community is about so much more than that. Whether it's the marathon-like community calls, trivia night debates, the in-person meetups, or just sharing our favorite experiences, we found that although we have such different backgrounds, we all have some unexpected shared passions. Not only does the entire community look out for each other when it comes to releases, we're like a support group for life in general. You can join the Discord community for free by heading to the show notes of this episode. After you're done listening to this episode, tell someone you like their kicks today. You never know how far a simple compliment can take you, and we all know how good it feels to have someone show their appreciation. Now let's get into today's episode.
Jordan trying to shake off Starks. Oh, what a LeBron James with no regard for human life. 12 seconds. Bryant for the win. Iverson against Gill. The crowd on its feet. Allen for the win.
Welcome to the Sneaker History Podcast.
What's up, everybody? Hello, party people. Everybody in the house, this is the place to be. Welcome to another episode of the Sneaker History Podcast. That's a very throwback intro with my throwback guy here, Mr. Mike Guillory. How you doing?
Oh, man, I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
How are you, sir?
Doing fantastic, man. Doing fantastic.
It's really hard not just to put man. I don't know why we all do that when we introduce each other for some reason. It's just my man Mike, my man Nick, my man Robbie, my human being Mike. Good to talk to you, though. It's been a while since we've done a show together. This episode is going to be pretty much just early, I guess, mid-March news, right? This month is insane. Almost over. Let's get right into it, though. Keep this short and sweet. I'd like to start every episode, if you're a new listener, with our rockin' and coppin'. So what you've been wearing, and what you plan to wear in the future, or what you plan to buy. So, what you been rocking, man?
Yeah, man.
You just did it too. It's a
force of habit. It's like we can't stop it.
We both do it. Yeah.
I've been rocking the Reebok, part of the Pump universe, the Shaq Victory Pump. I mean, Reebok has been doing some good stuff over the past couple of years, just like over the top good, and I feel like even. Like since their breakaway from Adidas, they've been getting more focus on their brand now. So this Pump universe they've come out with, leather is fantastic on both sneakers. I got the questions as well, but I love tennis. So you guys, if you knew that, big tennis fans, so these old Michael Chang shoes mixed up with the Shaq Attack with some different overlays from that shoe. But fantastic sneaker. I love it. It's like a daily wear for me right now.
It's a fantastic looking shoe. The hints of Laker purple for Shaq make it look even better. But you brought up the cut and the height of it. Mm-hmm. You know, I love the Shaq Attack. I got the retro late last year. Mm-hmm. It's not an easy wear. Let's be honest.
It's a boot.
That cut, though, that 3/4 Victory Pump is a gorgeous, gorgeous wear. And I feel like it can go shorts, pants. It's a nice middle ground.
Very utilitarian shoe. You can put it on with anything.
So I think what you've been copping, or what, isn't this like what you want other people to cop, right? Based off your fantastic YouTube video.
Right. I haven't got to wear it as much as I wanted to, but this is my latest cop. It is the Adidas Rivalry Low 86. So everyone seems to be digging into their 80s bag lately of going back and, I guess, remastering or retooling to original tech specs, or whatever you want to call it. But Adidas recently did it with the Rivalry and the Rivalry Low. Saw this pair, and I mean, I'm not going to lie, it looks very similar to, you see a neutral gray Jordan 1, that same color scheme, and, you know, same idea, the 85, 86. But I know I make like bold statements a lot of times when it comes to these different shoes, but I tell you that in hand and just really examining the shoe and, you know, trying it on, putting it on foot, this has to be probably the best, one of the best, if not the best retro basketball shoe to release in 2023 so far. Leather quality, the actual construction, no crappy quality control issues, and it's $110. Adidas lets you put coupons on top of it, so I got this for $88 shipped, and you're gonna be paying $200 plus, or, you know, 130, 140, depending on brand, and not getting something as nice. So I say take a look at it if you're a fan of that stylish shoe, because not everyone's wearing it, and you're gonna get your money's worth for dang sure. I tell you that.
Those are clean. You know, I saw the Rivalry High at the Adidas employee store, and I didn't want it, but I want the low top. If I see a pair for like 50% off,
yeah, low's better than
the
high.
real benefit of living out here. Pop in the Adidas store, hope they have them. But no, both fantastic shoes. You know, we have a Discord. If you haven't heard yet, if that's news to you, we have a Discord, and we do a thing called Theme Thursday. This episode's being recorded on a Thursday, so I partook it, and Theme Thursday, and it's St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. So, you know, I own one pair of Brooks. I own one Celtics-like shoe, and that's this pair, right? It's the Launch 7 by Brooks. Hopefully I can get, yeah, there it is. There's a subtle print in this upper, kind of Celtic feeling.
Oh, cool.
The beautiful individual Peter Berry gave me these. I would never buy a freaking Celtic alternate jersey in modern days, Brooks shoe. But I just ran in them this evening. I ran in them probably like my fifth or sixth run in them after owning them for way too long. I think they're on like launch 9 or 10 by now. But wore these, fantastic. Happy St. Patrick's Day last week, if I didn't talk to you last week. So that's what I wore. And then right after that, I made Mike really late, made him wait up for me. So I had to go do some chores and grocery shopping and things. And I slipped those off, and I slipped on the Salehi Polex Croc in, I call them like Fire Toe. It's not Fire Toe, but
yeah, Charmander.
I call them Fire Toe. Yeah, you know, little Charmander tail on the back or the front. But they are what they are, right? They're super weird. They're interesting. You either love them or you don't care, right? I don't really think it's a hate thing. If you say you hate that design, you're lying. You don't have to love it, though. You either love it or you just don't care.
Fair.
Now, when it comes to copping, I have a lot of shoes. I want to take a second to talk about designer streetwear extraordinaire Luigi. He's doing a collab with the Arizona Coyotes NHL hockey team. They have a new shop dropping, a new shop releasing or opening online. It's called coyoteshop.com. They have the new Desert Collection with the Luigi dropping on there. There's a really gorgeous, like, clay brown, kind of like long sleeve Coyotes jersey. I believe they'll be wearing that on the ice. There's t-shirts, hats, hoodies, but it's a beautiful mix between streetwear and NHL hockey, something I've been getting more and more into. And the Coyotes are just one of those franchises that have some of the coolest jerseys. If you look at their retro stuff, the NHL just did an Adidas retro collection at the beginning of the season, and there's a lot of bangers in there. But this Luigi Desert Collection with the Coyotes is just going to be sick. I'll be looking to buy some of that to match. Honestly, I think either, some Mocha 3s or like my coffee questions, toe questions, whatever you want.
I hate to wear those again. You said that. I was like, crap, I haven't even pulled those out the box in a while. I love that shoe.
With the Ruigi freaking Coyote jersey and the questions, I'll have to get down on that. So that's coyoteshop.com. Be sure to check it out. By the time you're hearing this, if you're listening on Monday, you can go ahead and just do that. Go ahead and visit that shop. So you brought up retros, the rivalry being one of the best retros you've seen in a while, forever, however you want to phrase it. We're going to be talking about mid-month releases here, and all but 2 of these are retros. This retros take over the world. Yeah. If you don't follow Russ Benson on anything, you're tripping. He doesn't have Twitter anymore, so follow his Instagram. He was talking about how retro and collab used to be like a difficult thing to achieve or acquire if you were an individual or a brand. Now every brand's just retro.
That's all we got now, man. There's nothing new.
It's okay, but I love it. I want to start off though, because the rivalry, same era as the Jordan 3 from 1988. I think the rivalry is like 84 or right in that range. Like it would have been close to what Michael Jordan was wearing.
I think it's rookie year. I think it's 80. I think it's 86. I think the year after. I think it was the top 10 that came first, then the rivalry.
Ewing was in the top 10, then the rivalry, something like that. But the 80s stuff is just so topical, right? And the Jordan 3 white cement that released last week is just like a shoe that could release on Jupiter, Earth, somewhere in the multiverse, and people are going to want that shoe always. So, I think we all had very different experiences not buying or buying that shoe. Nick and I both hit on the early access if you missed out on the free throw line retro from 2018, and you missed out on the shock drop the week prior. So him and I both qualified and both hit. Rowett's in Japan, so I hope he was able to use his demographic of where he was.
Sneakers Japan?
Yeah, I know you're friends with Shanghai Soul. China doesn't have Jordans popping like that. I have no idea what the climate is.
That one sold out though. I think so. I was talking to them about that one. Funny enough, and of all of them, no, there was no chance on that one. You had to get it through the app or whatever raffles or it's out of there.
One of those shoes. Mike, I believe you did it. What happened to you?
Man, I got so during the shock drop, I was in a meeting for my normal 9 to 5. So I had a buddy of mine that texted me, and I didn't get to it until after the fact. I'm like, oh crap! So I missed it. So I thought, okay, well, maybe the early access, I'll get it. You text me. I talked to Nick that same day. Then that same buddy of mine, all you guys get early access. I'm sitting there looking, twiddling my thumbs like just like a fool out there. Missed on actual release date. So in a, you know what, I'm not buying these for over retail move, I went and got Fire Reds for retail. And I'm happy. It's not the white cement. I know it's not the newest one, but I'm really happy with my purchase of the Fire Reds. And just, hey, if there's another, restock, someone on one of those like Jordan reserves, I'll try again. But I'm okay. It's one of those shoes. You always say it best that retros, they will come back again. So I'm not too butthurt about it. I'll see it again in about 10 years probably.
Yeah, to what you just said, I went through a period. I go through a period about a day and a half every 6 months. I want to buy a pair of Bread 4s because I didn't get the last retro with Nike Air back. And I'm like, I need to buy those, need to buy them. And then there's been news that 2024, they're gonna retro again because they always come back. Yep. I believe, Michael, you'll have success. Maybe you pay a little bit over retail, but I don't think you're definitely less than 300. I paid retail at 220, I think 225.
They were pricey,
but that it is what it is. But I think you'll have success eventually, sooner than later, purchasing that shoe. Our Discord members, we were all pretty unified in thinking there would be ample pairs to go around, and many individuals were multiple entries, participants, and raffles and apps, and didn't hit. So that's kind of a bummer. It must have just been one of those retros because Shanghai Soul, like you just alluded to, brought up them being gone, and many shoes sit in China. So
yeah,
very, very interesting. That brings me to my next point. Let's just go one Jordan model up and talk about the Jordan 4 SB. I actually went in to a skate shop and entered a raffle. That skate shop was CCS. Did you ever get CCS catalogs growing up?
First of all,
skateboarding
CCS got so much of my money. Like up until probably, I don't know, 2013. I had a bunch of SBs I would have. I just didn't wear them, or I tore them up. Like I wore the mess out of them. And awesome. They bought a store here. I think it was Fast Forward, which had it was like a small boutique store, and it was in San Antonio, where my wife's from, and they used to have a bunch of dope stuff sitting there, but they got bought out by CCS, and then how kind of SB just kind of went through its lull, and now it's back up. So
I went into CCS. There's one 15 minutes. The main location is 15 minutes from my house, and I had no idea. I told the guys working at the shop, I'm like, I used to get your magazines back in the 40s.
Magazines? What do you mean magazines?
Right.
What are those?
They did not care. No, I mean, they just made the face like, you think you're special telling me this? I didn't think I was special.
Please let me win a raffle. That's what you told them. It's like, hey, guys, I used to buy your magazines.
Let me get this.
Come on now.
But they're gorgeous, man. At first, I really wasn't all the way sold on them. But, man, the SB4, and it's normally a color I don't do. Green isn't my favorite thing. But if I hit those raffles, I'll be a happy, happy camper. Are you interested in that shoe?
Honestly, this is kind of sacrilegious for me because I love the Jordan 4, but I'm not excited for it as, I thought I would be. I think it's a color sick 'em bears all day long, but only time I wear green really is whenever I'm watching a Baylor game or going, something of that nature. I don't really wear green that often, so it's not really a big rotation shoe for me. I think that's what did it. It was just the color. I was like, eh. And knowing dang well the production numbers are going to be next to nothing, I just didn't even stress about it. It's if they come out with a second iteration, which they typically will, and people will not like it as much just because the second one, I'll try for that. But this one, I'll leave it to you guys. If someone needs an entry, Robbie, Nick,
I'll take
you
it.
guys let me know. I'll take that one, scoop it up.
I'll be accepting. It's fun because walking around CCS and using those mail orders and scrolling through them, thumbing through them, and this looking at what shoes are still for sale. All the big players, DVS, America, DC, Globe.
Is Etnies still around?
Etnies, I think they are, but they were not there. S was still was well. There's a lot of shoes there.
DC? Did you say DC? I can't remember.
I did. Yeah. They were well represented. That's what I'm looking for. All those brands very well represented. But it's interesting to see how much the Adidas skateboarding has really blossomed. There's a lot of Adidas skateboarding in there. Also, a lot of there's Vans too, the classics. But a lot of New Balances too, skateboarding New Balance.
Series. Yeah,
I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know this existed at all.
Yeah, they're not just talked about. Great shoes. I mean, great quality. New Balance is going to do their thing. What's nice about them and Adidas skateboarding, they are very everyday wearable. I mean, we take SB out the equation, but those two are very everyday wearable, casual shoes as well.
They had some good SB Blazers. The new Nigel was there. All of the typical usual suspects for Nike SB, and it was fun seeing all that kind of stuff. Just
brought you back to high school, didn't it?
Trip down memory lane. Speaking of high school stuff, personally, I didn't have money in high school, right? I still get baffled when I see kids stunting. Man,
bro, 2 for 89 at Champs, baby. That's how I rocked and rolled back.
Or CCS. I mean, yeah, you can get down many different ways. But I bring that up to segue into the Puma section because Pumas were a huge part of my life in
same.
high school because you could get Pumas cheap. And, they come and go. I think they're having one of the best years, 2 years, 3 years in a row between the J. Cole stuff to the LaMelo, like that whole wave.
Puma basketball in general has made such a dent in, what people know because they have come out. I have not seen a bad review on any sneaker they produce for the basketball court. Like everything I've seen is at least serviceable to amazing, basically.
And on top of that, everybody knows what a LaMelo is, right? It's not like an obscure insider shoe.
Yeah.
It is it's a great shoe. Everybody knows what that is. Go buy a pair of MBO2s. People DM me oh, you really don't like those MBO2s. I do.
I need to try them. I haven't tried the O2s yet. The O1s, I actually hooped them in for a little bit, then gave them to one of my younger cousins because he's in high school playing. So I was like, you get more use out of them than I am because I got a million freaking basketball shoes floating around. And hey, that's watching him be able to play on his dope. So I'm glad. I love them. So I got to have someone who's going to actually get even more use of them. So that I think they're doing great.
There was a generational baton pass there.
Exactly.
And I love it. But 1971. Let's rewind it all the way back. There's a reason why I brought this up. Puma Clydes, man, Suede's, Clydes, Romas, were my go-to joints in high school. And we should have a whole episode of what we like to wear in high school. But the Clyde is back again. Walt Clyde Frazier played for the Knicks. One of the first individuals, if not the first. No, Kareem had one. That was 7. Ooh.
Wait, you talking about first signature shoe? I think Clyde was the first signature.
I think Clyde was the first. Yeah, I think he got Kareem beat.
Yeah.
The Abdul-Jabbar from Adidas. But Puma Clyde, 1971. Pimpin' is pimpin' if you ever see Clyde Frazier. But the new Clyde retros are something really special, I think, because the same reason why you love the rivalry. The Clydes are in 3 colorways. I believe a red, a green, and a navy purple-ish. A grapey kind of color. And the suede on them and the execution on them are just chef's kiss. They're gorgeous, gorgeous shoes. So go buy a pair of Rivalries if you're interested in a white and gray sneaker that isn't an Air Force One. Go buy a pair of Clydes if you want to. DCs, a lot of suede DCs at the skate shop. But if you want to upgrade your DC life or get out of skate shoes, these Puma Clydes are going to be a great option for you. So check those out. Those are just recently released. And then Mike, there's one Jeff Staple that had a shoe. Did those release yet? And how many are there?
Yeah, so there's 2 different ones. So there's one Scarface style. When I say that, it's the split black and white with the pigeon detailing on, of course. They're available at Foot Locker right now. Really clean shoe. I wish you wouldn't have shown me that, Robbie, because now I'm looking at them dang it, they have a size 10. I'm just just staring at it I think I want to buy it. But then also there's a multicolor one, also Staple collaboration on the Puma website. If I'm not mistaken, I think they're both 110, 120. Super
reasonably
affordable.
Priced.
Yeah, reasonably priced. You get a Staple collaboration, which I think I still have never owned a Staple collaboration shoe, so it's very very tempted. I'm literally trying to just keep my phone away from me. I don't want to pull a Robbie and be like, oh yeah, by the way, after we talked, I bought it.
It's happened more times than I care to admit.
But I think it's cool. I'm a huge fan of the old stuff because just like Robbie, you mentioned, Pumas were a big part of my middle school, high school, even into beginning of college when it's I don't want to say cheap because it's not a cheaply made shoe. It's just a more inexpensive price point. Romas, Suedes were the 2, and then some of the was it the Cell? I can't remember their running lines
yeah.
But yeah, I'm
Fuel
all
Cell.
for it. Yeah, is it Fuel Cell?
I've been playing a lot of video games. Fuel cells are right. Yeah, maybe.
So, something, but no, I think it's cool. I love going back to the original shapes of it, and even better with those Clydes with that nice material, that suede. It deters me from having to buy the made in Japan Puma suedes, which are $180. So these Clydes would be more my speed instead of having to.
They have $180 suede.
Suedes. They're made in Japan, so they're the limited quantities. super nice suedes and leathers on them. But 180, I'm like,
That's. I mean, are they on Puma.com?
They usually are, and you'll find a lot of places
those.
like End. I'll name a boutique. They typically have them floating around somewhere. I don't know how prevalent they are this year, but over the last year, they were pretty big when you just go on those sites, just hanging out.
Let's go ahead and bring some Cell shoes up really quick. We have the Cell Endura. We have the Cell Alien. We have the Cell Endura and Alien. I'm gonna stop talking there. But the Alien's pretty clean. Very interested in an expensive suede. I bought a pair of red suedes for like $30. That's why. See,
Dang,
I'll never
nice.
know. Kids nowadays will never know. Maybe not. Never. That's very unfair to say. But like a lot of sneakerheads who are just so obsessed with like buying Travis Scotts and like selling a kidney to buy Travis Scotts. I don't know if anybody's done that. But, just like trying just to spend money to keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah.
Pumas are not cheaply made shoes. They're not bad shoes by any stretch of the imagination.
Yep.
At all.
So you gotta get
man,
out
what's
there.
so funny, bro? I was like, why does my camera look so bad? I'm recording from my it's using my MacBook camera, not my
Ew.
camera.
Standard
Sorry,
definition.
if you're watching this, I'm sorry. It's like, why do I look so bad? But they're not poorly made shoes. You can just find them for a cheap price. And I feel like a lot of sneakerheads or people who are interested in shoes don't have to or choose not to live the life of salivating over white cements in a website or a periodical and then buying mad Pumas because they're $40. So it's like kids, right? Kids these days.
Kids, they don't know. They don't understand the struggle because people just throwing money at it. I'm like, you guys.
But you know what? A lot of kids do understand the struggle. That's why I wanted to be delicate in phrasing that. So if you're looking to ball on a little bit more of a budget, check Pumas out. That's not a dig at their product in the slightest. It's if you want to be fresh and not hurt your pockets, go check some Pumas out.
Pumas,
and this next collection too.
Yeah, they don't advertise well.
I mean, it is what it is, but they do great stuff. There's a Reebok NCAA pack. I want to touch on that really quick. There's what's it? An Answer One,
question
pump,
mid,
a question mid, and a pump,
and a Hurrikaze. So
and a Hurrikaze.
Yeah. So you look at the stuff they sent us. You got to go to the pictures. There's a Hurrikaze as well. That's almost like a UCLA colors, like white with the Pacific blue and yellow stripes. Actually, very clean.
I did not see the photo of that. I'll have to go double click on it. So I only saw the questions, the answers, and the pumps. Which is it a pump too?
It is a D Brown Omni Pump.
Omni Pump 2. Okay. But
yeah.
I believe Kentucky was wearing. They can't say this legally.
Yeah, I was like, we got to say it for them.
Yeah, I believe Kentucky was wearing the
pump,
and then UCLA and the Hurrikaze. Obviously, 1999, 2000, Michigan State Sparties. Oh, that's not picking up at all.
Yeah, it's not too bright.
We'll show it off.
Yeah.
The Michigan State Spartans question is pretty much what everybody's calling them. That's what they are. And, while we're on the question topic, at this point, they're like Skittles. Like, there's a flavor
for everybody.
For everybody, right? You like the orange Skittle? There's an orange question. You like the green Skittle? There's now a green question for you. Like the yellow Skittle? Go buy some Kobe's. You like M&M's? Go buy the coffee or, brown toe, coffee toe, mocha toe.
Oh, mocha toes.
What do you know what I mean, right?
It was some sort of caffeinated drink toe.
Lots of good options though. All of those pumps, all those shoes are available at the time you're hearing this. But the question and the kamikaze and honestly those pump you were rocking, those are all must cops. Like I really want those pumps. Beautiful things. Let's go ahead and scratch the summer 2023 shoe. We'll talk about that at another point. But One Action Bronson the 990 V6. I was not interested in that shoe a bit until I've now seen it a million times, and I love it. Like I went from not interested to very interested. Do you have
take my money action, Bronson?
Yeah, but they're sick, man. I mean, what's that New Balance they've been doing a lot of with like the really crazy aggressive outsole? It looks like they put a New Balance on a different shoe.
Dang it!
It's kind of spiky looking.
Yeah, it's a new model, and for the life of me, I cannot remember it because I don't like it. Actually,
I don't like it either.
It's too much. But this 990 V6, I'm about to just start buying up all the colors.
It's good, right? I mean, it's not too crazy of colors. Do you think? Or what are your thoughts on it?
No, see, I think the bronzes are pretty crazy, but I have a pair of 992s that are very similar to that. So I'm ready. Like if I can get them, and it's just hard because he has a very cult following with his rap and his career. So those people, plus already New Balance heads out there, are ready and willing to pay anything and everything for these. And there should be 3 colors supposedly coming out, maybe 2, probably one's of friends and family. But he's shown off 3 different colors already, and I'm pretty stoked. He literally got me excited about the 990 V6 because it came. Everyone was so excited before it released, and then the hype fizzled out on it. And New Balance has done nothing with it yet, so they haven't done any Teddy Santis makeups of it yet. It's been just the gray. So this is the year I think they're going to start really pushing some of the crazy things. I think Bronson's is going to be the first to really light the fire on that one.
Man, so between like the multi-color pair and like the blue and yellow pair, which one do you like more?
It's tough. I think I have to stick with the multicolor. But I like them both pretty. Either one I'd be happy with, but I think if I had to do 1A, 1B, I have to go with the multicolor as A.
The multicolor, I mean, it's so much color on there. It reminds me of like the Flyknit Freeze. You remember those Flyknit Freeze?
Dude, tell me about it. I had them bad boys.
I had 2 or 3. Yeah, they've been in my life too. Like friends, not every shoe is meant to be in your life friend. and that Flyknit Free Run was one of those shoes not meant to be in my life forever. Those pairs, I had many of them, not meant to be in my life.
They were so tight on your foot. But, I'm like, what are you supposed to do with this?
Bro, I had to
no sockets.
But
sometimes.
the whole point of that is just like the radiant kind of Saturn's rings like color going through the shoe. The color usage of the 990 V6 Bronzolino gives me those vibes. So pretty cool. I've never, I've never been more interested in a pair of New Balances other than like the kid stuff. So like,
no,
Action Bronson is.
There's one more I want to sneak in our list. We can keep it short and sweet because,
of course, yeah, go for it.
I didn't know it was actually.
Let's make it the last one. Let's make it the last one. We'll do Air Max Day. We'll probably talk about Air Max again.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely have time for that. But if you guys have looked at your sneakers app, and if I can find mine again, apparently it ran away from me. There is a particular shoe coming out that every time it releases, no matter how much you talk crap on LeBron, it sells out every time. And it is going to be the Air Zoom Generation in the first game color. It is coming back this when's the 21st? Sunday? No, Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Next Tuesday it's releasing according to the sneakers app. And I'm really just like, Nike really trying to take $180 from me because that's like one of the LeBrons I've always wanted. I never had it. So that one in the St. Vincent, St. Mary that my good buddy Robbie has here and just casually flexed on Instagram one day. And I'm just like, dang, lucky guy.
I mean, it's funny you bring up that point on the LeBron stuff because you couldn't be more right. People like, oh, LeBron shoes, fuck, it's like, yeah, this, that, and the third. And then like the first games in particular, I don't know what it is, but it could be the first games or just the white black, the first colorways of the AZG gone. It's to that point. I have the St. Vincent, St. Mary's. If they ever retro to release the Gloria pair, like the white pink, instant buy. Because there's a Gloria 1 low, and then there's a Gloria 2. I don't like either one of those. It's the first AZG Gloria. Perfect spring shoe. But those first 2 colors, I don't have. Oh, I have the wheat All-Star game.
All-Star, yeah.
Never wear them. They're ugly. I mean, they're cool.
They're like a Timberland boot made for the basketball court.
It's a bit much, yeah. But I'm trying to forget that shoe is releasing the first game because I've always wanted a pair and never had them, and I just don't need to spend $180 on it.
That same boat. Don't need to, but you just side eye. You're like, oh, what if I slip and fall on the button and see what happens? Oh no! Oh, look at this.
Oops, I fallen and it can't not click. I don't know.
I'm making the assumption because of how sneaker resale has been and how LeBron's have been. Aside from that, Florida A&M, which that green one is a beautiful shoe. Can't find it for the price I want yet, but they have been bought up, and because of typically the Asia releases, they'll get theirs first. I'm just waiting for those to start flooding the market because they'll usually drop them under retail on like GOAT prior to the release. So I'm like, great. Everybody who bought these thinking they're going to resell them, Mike's going to buy them on sale now. Thanks, guys.
Mike becomes a happy buyer.
I do. When I spend less money, I'm a pretty happy camper.
Can't beat that. I keep looking up. My normal camera's up there. I feel like an idiot. So sorry for looking into the wrong camera almost the entire recording. But listeners, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Make sure you're following Mike at Mike Guillory on YouTube. Does a lot of cool stuff there. Follow at Sneaker History. Mike, what are your other channels? I kind of did it for you on accident.
Yeah, no, you're good, man. So, of course, Mike Guillory on YouTube. What am I else on? Instagram and TikTok? Yeah, that's what it is. Mad Watcher 789. And, of course, always on Sneaker History. So, if you guys find me any of those places, and appreciate all the support on the Coffee Time Kick stuff. I've been doing those shorts through all those different platforms. So, hope you guys like it. A little bit of news a couple times a week. So, thanks, guys.
Very fun, very digestible content on Mr. Mike's page there. You can follow me at RAHBEE702. And everyone have a great day. See ya.
See ya.
Hey everyone, this is Nick again. Before you take off, do us a solid and head over to Apple Podcasts to leave us a review. Give us a rating on Spotify and Amazon Music, and make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel because we have even more video content coming soon. Speaking of new content, we have an amazing community of sneaker enthusiasts that hang out in our Sneaker History Discord on a daily basis. While sneakers is a connection point that brought us all together, we've all discovered countless shared passions that we have in common with each other. We recently launched a couple of new podcasts directly from our community. One of them is a Formula One podcast. If you're an F1 fan like me, the Exhaust Notes podcast is your weekly fix of Formula One fun. It's hosted by myself, Rohit Malhotra, and Todd Yates. New episodes drop every Tuesday. I've been wearing fitted hats for years and collecting my favorite teams since I was a little leaguer. It has been awesome to see so many new fans getting into fitteds in recent years. Crown and Stitch is our new talk show about fitted hats with Dexter, Keith, and myself, where we talk about fitted hats, snapbacks, throw in some obscure hats because we all kind of like some funky stuff once in a while, don't we? Copping, collecting, and so much more. New episodes drop every Wednesday. Hit the links in the show notes for this episode to give our new shows a listen, and be on the lookout for more new podcasts dropping soon. Last but not least, tell someone you like their kicks today. You never know how far a simple compliment can take you, and we all know how good it feels to have someone show their appreciation. Thank you all for the support, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.